Hey guys, it's Kate, and in this video I will be showing you how to sharpen your pastel pencils. So the first thing that I wanted to show you, and is the first thing that I actually tried myself, are these just sharpeners. So one of them is just a generic sharpener that you can get in any office supply store, and the other one is the Stabilo pastel pencil sharpener. So this sharpener came in the set of the full Carbothello set of pastel pencils, and it was supposed to sharpen them. So this is the first thing that I actually tried. So I have different brands of pencils here: Conte, Derwent, Faber, Castell, Kohinoor, and Garbothellos. So I want to show you what are the results with these sharpeners, and then we can compare them to other sharpeners, sharpening ways that I have to show you. So I will first try with this one. So we'll leave this one for the seconds. The better, let's say this is a better sharpener. It was supposed to be a better sharpener. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to sharpen my pencil, and you can see that it just kind of slides through. But I managed to get a grip on the wood. It just kind of slides through, and I don't manage to create a sharper point on the pencil with this sharpener. It's just, if I'm gonna push it harder inside the sharpener, it's just gonna snap off. So now I'm going to try the Stabilo sharpener. So this was supposed to work with the pencils. The problem is that, first of all, it creates these, and there we go. So it creates the squeaks, the noise that it creates when you sharpen the pencil is horrible. And this is what happens to the pencil. So there we go. Snaps the lead, and you can see how far that went inside. Just gonna get a focus on this. So you see it snapped the lead right off, and I didn't even do that many turns. So let's try again just to see if I manage to get any sort of a point that we can compare to other ways of sharpening the pencils. Do you hear that? Oh, okay, my ears cannot take that anymore. That's it. So this is the point. Let's try with this one again. Now it grips it. So I can't get a point with these sharpeners. So the same goes with, let's try another softer pencil, and then we go to the harder one. So again, the squiggling of the wood in the sharpener. So here I actually managed to get some sort of a grip, but that's it. It just gets to a certain point where I don't manage to get any more grip on the blade. So basically this is what I get. This is a Gioconda pencil. No, this is a Faber Castell pencil. Sorry, I took the wrong one. I meant to take the Gioconda. But even Faber Castell having a harder lead, it didn't snap off in that one. But here, let's try to make it as sharp as we can. So I think this is pretty much it. So this is the point you can get with, it's not that bad if you see, but now that we get to compare them to other ways of sharpening the pencils, you will see. So this, very annoying and breaking off, snapping off leads, especially on the Carbothellos, which it came together with. So the pencils are amazing. Sharpener, not so much. So I'm gonna also sharpen the Gioconda Kohinoor pencil, just because all the brands are different. They use different kind of wood, so you can hear the squealing. It's just, my ears are dying. So this is the tip that I got. Let's try with this one. So, and you're constantly risking of breaking the lead. So yeah. So not sharp. You can see that it's blunt. Now we go to the thicker pencils. So these have a larger diameter than these three, the Faber Castell, Carbothello, and Gioconda. So this is Conte, and there we go. Doesn't fit. And again, into Stabilo, it doesn't fit. The same is going to happen with Derwent. Just doesn't go in. So there are sharpeners, just like stationary sharpeners, or like special pastel sharpeners, as this one, with larger openings for you to be able to put these pencils into them. But again, they are the same sharpeners. So this is the result you get with a sharpener. So the next thing I will be showing you is a craft knife. So how do you use a craft knife with pastel pencils? And then we will be also needing this thing. It's sanded paper. So it's very fine sanded paper, and we will be using it to create a kind of a finer tip. Sorry, my cat is playing with some pasta on the floor. This is the first pencil that I'm gonna take, is a harder one, and it's the Faber Castell. It's harder than Garbothello and Kohinoor's. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my blade against the pencil and I'm gonna just push with my thumb. So I'm taking off the thin layers of wood casing around the pencil. So, and I'm going in thin layers because if I go too deep, I might cut into the, I hope you saw that. So I might cut into the lead itself, and that's gonna, that's going to increase the chance that the lead is going to snap. So you have to be careful with that. So what you can do, this is the way that I was using to sharpen my pencils before I discovered the amazing way of sharpening them with crank held, I think they're called sharpeners. So this is not so bad. So let's take our Faber Castell, and you can see that now the tips, they're pretty much similar, but I didn't have the annoying squeaking, and it was kind of, I think, faster, not unlike with the normal sharpener. So what I'm gonna do now is I will pass over the sanded paper to create this finer tip. So fine detailed work. So you can see now, let's compare the two Faber Castells. So this is the one that I sharpened with my craft knife and the sandpaper, and this is the one that I sharpened with the pencil sharpener. So let's do the thin lines. Pretty much, I would say the same, to be honest. This one might be, yes, it is a bit thicker. So this one kind of, you can go over and create this point over and over and then sharpen it again. So you're going to get very thin lines. This is a lot, yeah, this is a lot better. The only problem with this way of sharpening your pencils is that it creates a lot of dust. So you'll need to get rid of that dust constantly, and I don't like dust particularly. So let's do the same thing with the Carbothellos and with the Giocondas. So just to give you a comparison of different brands of pencils, and because they have a different softness to their lead. So again, I'm going around the pencil and I'm exposing just a bit of the lead, not a full centimeter of the lead, because if I were to make it any longer, it's going to snap off when I put any pressure on it. Just so again, I'm going around, I exposed the lead, and I'm just trying to create the point so I can use my sandpaper. There we go, the dust, but it creates the point on the pencil. Almost there. So you can see this is quite time consuming. So this is a Garbothello sharpened with the, oh sorry, a Gioconda sharpened with, I don't know why I'm grabbing the wrong pencils. So this is a Gioconda sharpened with the knife, craft knife, and this is a Gioconda sharpened with the sharpener, the one that we used before. And you can see the difference. This is, you can create thinner lines with this one compared to the sharpener sharpened pencil. Okay, so and the last one is the Garbothello. So here we go. So this is the Garbothello that I sharpened with my craft knife, with the sharpener, and this is the Garbothello that I'm going to sharpen with my craft knife. So this one, you can see by the uneven shape, it has been sharpened with a craft knife, and I didn't bother to give it that particular sharp tip. But if you want to do detailed work, and sometimes the dimensions of the drawing or the painting, however you call it, still not sure how to call the creations with pastels, but they require very fine details, like for example working on the eyes. If the painting is quite small, it can be tricky with a blunt pencil and creating also hair texture if you're working on animals. So trying to create, I'm rotating the pencil as well just to be sure that I sharpen it from all the angles. So yeah, this is pretty much where I got. So you can see there is a huge difference here. Carbothello being a soft pencil, it's a lot better to sharpen it with a craft knife. So there's a better result. And then again, these two pencils, so the only way that I have to sharpen them at the moment is with a craft knife. And basically I'm doing the same thing. And the craft knife, it helps me sharpen the larger diameter pencils at the moment, because the next sharpener that I will show you, it has an 8mm diameter. So these pencils, they just don't fit into it. So again, cutting off the wood slowly. One minus of this way of sharpening is that it takes really a long time. So again, I can sharpen it on my sand block and it's gonna create a finer point. And Derwent's the same way, just cut into the wood carefully. Okay, I'm rushing here. But you cut into the wood and you can sharpen your pencils this way. So now the last one that I want to show you is this sharpener. So this is the brand. It's a Swordfish and it's an Icon standard sharpener. So it has 8mm of the diameter. It accepts the pencils. So basically it's, you rotate the handle and here in the compartment underneath shavings. You can also change the need a towel or something. So you can also change the blades. Yeah, that was strong. So this is how you take out the sharpening mechanism. And to put it back in, you can exchange this part where there are the blades. To put it back in, you just push this slightly open and you insert the other way around. There we go. You insert it and rotate it. So that's it. It's going to close it and lock it in place. So to sharpen pencils with this sharpener, you have to open it up. And let's start. What did we do? The first one, the Faber Castell one. So here I have my Faber Castells. So just to show you the tips of the Faber Castells. And I'm going to take another Faber Castell that is blunt and put it into the sharpener. So also another thing about these sharpeners, you can attach them to the table. So the desk that you're working on with this little thingy here, it comes in the set when you buy the sharpener. So I put my pencil inside, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the handle here. So this is what happens. The pastel pencil gets sharpened inside here, and it drops all the shavings in the compartment underneath. So I let go of my pencil and ta-da, you can see. So this is beyond any comparison. So this tip is really fine. And when you're working detailed, you can see the lines that it creates. You can't compare these marks with these. So be careful. The only thing is when you have such a fine tip on pastel pencils, it might snap. So if you put a bit too much pressure, boom, you get the tip off. So let's do the same test for Carbothellos. So here are my two Carbothellos. This was sharpened with the sharpener, and this was sharpened with the craft knife. So again, I'm pulling out this part of the sharpener, and this one is kind of it has a long lead exposed already because I used it. I sharpened all my Carbothellos in the sharpener already, but it's quite blunt, if you can see, so it doesn't create those thin marks. You can see how blunt that is. So again, I insert my pencil, and in a couple of seconds I have a very sharp point. So let's compare these two. So you can see that, again, the marks that I can make with this are a lot finer, especially if I don't put a lot of pressure, but I can work on very fine details with this. And the last one is the Giocondas. So here are our two Giocondas, sharpener and the craft knife. Again, I'm going to insert it into the sharpener. Oh, a bit more. Ooh, how my pencil's rolling. Worst thing that can happen, your pencil's falling to the ground. So again, you can see the difference here. So it accepts all these three brands very well. I also know I don't have any Caran d'Ache pastel pencils. They are on my list, to buy list, a wish list. So, but I also know that this sharpener, the Swordfish here, it accepts Caran d'Ache pastel pencils, and it also sharpens the color pencils, so Prismacolors and the like. So that's a good way to sharpen your pencils. So about these two, I just wanted to show you that this diameter accepts only 8 millimeters. So even though that I can push this pencil through the opening in the entrance here, it still doesn't fit the opening there where the pencil goes into being sharpened. So there are Swordfishes and other sharpeners that are similar. I know that they accept wider leads, wider diameter of the pencil, so you can use them for that. And some of them, I really don't know, I think some of them are a bit more expensive than this one that I bought, but I think I paid just under £15 for it. But it's money well spent, because seriously, you cannot compare this. So, and it's amazing, it just works brilliantly. Also, another thing about the sharpener I just wanted to mention is that when you open it, if your lead gets snapped off and it falls out, and it falls into this, like gets stuck into this compartment, just take something like I don't know, a craft knife, a tip of the craft knife. That's what I used last time. So you can kind of push it out, and this way you unblock the mechanism and you can continue working. So this is it for sharpening pastel pencils. I hope that this video was insightful and you found it very useful, and I hope it's going to help you in your work. I really would appreciate it if you could put a like to this video, and if you would subscribe to my channel for more tutorials and tips and tricks videos. I will be posting more videos in the future, and also on my Patreon channel I am doing real-time tutorials that are at least 1 hour long each month. And yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!